NFL rookie rankings are back. Let's rank the best rookies so far this NFL season. Pass catchers at the top, along with a stud defensive player. Let's count them down from 10 to 1, and then we'll circle back, talk about the rookies that just missed the cut as well. At the end of the year, we'll give our final rookie ranking so things could change, and then we'll regrade the first round of the draft as well. But number 10, Seattle Seahawks defensive back Nick Emmanwori. And I am a big, these guys got to be playing, quite a bit to make the select few rookie rankings. And the knock on Emmanwori is the beginning of the year, he wasn't playing. But a bit ago, he took over as a starter, and he gave the Seattle Seahawks that extra juice they needed on defense. He made them, they were already a really good defense already, but I felt like he has given them that extra weapon they needed to take that next step up, because this is a versatile defensive back, even playing, some corner. You can man him up on tight ends. He's effective versus the run, high effort, high energy player that gives them that extra boost. So he's just such an important player for them. So yeah, maybe he hasn't played as many snaps as some of the other guys in the top 10, but he is making an impact in multiple different ways for this defense, and he's rising, right? This is a guy that, if he continues to log more snaps and play the way he's playing right now, if you want to predict, at the end of the year, he's on pace to be better than number 10. So, and he was supposed to be a raw prospect, meaning if he wasn't great right away or playing a ton right away, it's okay, because he's all about upside. He's a freak, and he's already way ahead of schedule. So this guy may have one of the biggest upsides out of this entire draft class. So it seems like Seattle Seahawks and their great defense got themselves another one here. Number 9, Dallas Cowboys pass rusher Donovan Eziraku. And he's been playing well all year, but especially the last several weeks, he is really getting going. Even look at last week as the Cowboys upgraded their defense with guys coming back healthy and other additions at the trade deadline. It elevated a guy like this even more. So Eziraku's been doing a great job getting after the quarterback. What was his knock pre-draft? A lot of us thought he'd be a first-round pick. Why did he slide to pick 44 in the second round? I think teams and people kind of worried about his play strength. He won a lot with speed and finesse, the collection of pass rushers, which is a funny knock because he was so good at winning in a variety of different ways, and he's still doing it, right? But he never really won with a bull rush or with power, and that kind of worried people about his ability to stop the run as well. But he's stopping the run at a pretty high level. He's better than expected in that category, and plain and simple, he's just winning reps, and he's been looking the last several weeks unreal, winning with athletic ability and the collection, the arsenal of pass rush moves he has to get after the quarterback. He's a guy that's really heating up. Again, been playing great all season, but heating up more and more. So another guy to watch that could continue to climb as we near the end of the regular season. Number 8, Tampa Bay Buccaneers rookie corner Jacob Parrish, who's been an impact for them this year since day one, and a corner that you get a lot out of. He's going to be great in the nickel spot, but if you're dealing with injuries, as a guy you can line up on the outside as well. But he's making plays in the back. We saw him get his hands on the ball last week. He's all over the field. He's supporting in the run game. He's tackling this. He's small, but man, you got to love the way he plays, the way he gets downhill and makes a play on the ball, on the tackle. He's, again, has that backfield production. I love the instincts. We've seen it on underneath pass plays a bit, even run plays, some screen passes specifically. The second the ball snap downhill, makes a play on it. So the guy's everywhere. He is racking up production from multiple different categories here for Tampa. So he's been a major boost for this defense. Number 7, the Giants rookie quarterback, franchise quarterback, Jackson Dart, who is an extremely tricky one to rank. First, because, he didn't start the year, so he missed some snaps, he missed some games there, and now he's been getting banged up a little bit. He even came out of a game where they probably would have won with him a couple weeks ago, and that's a good thing. He's that important to the team, but because he wasn't available, they end up losing the game, and now he's been out, last week and going to be this week as well. So availability, when we're talking about a select few of the best rookies, that matters to me. It really matters. So that almost bumps him down a little bit, but he still makes the top 10 because he's been phenomenal, right? And you do want to wait and see. They're going to start running him less because the concussions have popped up, and you don't want the wear to start kicking in as just a rookie when you want him to be the franchise quarterback. How will he be if he's not doing that as much. It's some questions there, but he's been fantastic throwing the ball, running the football. He has elevated the Giants so much. They are better than their record because they are better when Jackson Dart is in the game. They are a much better team. They can't be taken lightly when Jackson Dart is in that game. So I think that if he would have started the year, and if he would have stayed in the Bears game when he got hurt, I think the record would be much better right now. So you see the clutch, you see the ability to escape pressure, make a throw on the run. So he's got a bright future. We talked about his upside even going back to 2 years ago. So it looks like the Giants got themselves one. It's really what's going to be huge is we'll see how he does with Kafka once he finally comes back. But who will the Giants decide to be their next coach? They go out and get that best possible offensive mind for Jackson Dart to fit his offense. But this is a guy, I mean, if he gets healthy and stays healthy, he could end up being the rookie of the year, right? He can end up being that top guy. So very curious how he works out the rest of the season. Number 6, what is looking like to be the best rookie running back in Quinshon Judkins of the Cleveland Browns. Omarion Hampton was looking like the best rookie running back. He went down, unfortunately, so that kind of disrupted that. Cam Scadaboo, same thing happened there. And Ashton Jeanty kind of been in the mix with Judkins. Judkins has been a little more impressive to me, so he pulling away as the top rookie running back right now. But you're almost wanting more in terms of the Browns giving Judkins the ball more, but there's games where they're down a bit, so Judkins becomes not as much of a factor as you want him to be, but when he does get his opportunities, or where there are games where they're in the game and they kind of lean on Judkins, he's legit, man. He can pass protect as well. He's an absolute weapon. He can hit that home run. He can run on short yards, break that extra tackle to get in the end zone. So he's been very fun to watch. He did seem like a safe running back, prospect because he's kind of a do-it-all guy. He got a combination of quickness, speed, and of course the physicality. So it's really shown this year for Cleveland and their stud rookie running back. Number 5, the top offensive lineman rookie so far, that is Jets offensive tackle Armand Membou. He's been a stud, been very consistent ever since from start to, we're not even finished yet, but up to this point. And it kind of goes unnoticed when good players play well for the Jets because they're kind of, it's an embarrassing season. But what really goes unnoticed about the Jets is they do something very, very well, and that is run the football. And it starts with, Breece Hall's a stud, but it starts with the run blocking. They are absolutely bullies up there. They're dominant up there, opening up some big holes and giving, a stud running back Breece Hall some opportunities. I think it starts with Armand Membou. He is such a nasty run blocker as an offensive tackle, but he's been very consistent, efficient as a pass protector as well. The quarterback plays, a lot of holding on to the ball. It hasn't been the best, but it kind of goes unnoticed how dominant the Jets have been in that category just because their record, because the rest of the team isn't that good. But think about the Jets offensive line these past few years. It has been brutal. You add Membou to that group and boom, it is so much better, especially in that run blocking category. Nasty Mauler type dude. Love watching him play. It's a guy you kind of can make a highlight tape out of for an offensive lineman, which isn't super common. So very much impressed with him, the Jets' first-round rookie. Number 4, Carolina Panthers stud receiver Tetairoa McMillan. And he's been going all year, but especially recently, that last game, he is sneaking up there. The top four are in a tight race for the very, at least in my opinion, for the very best rookie in football so far this season. I think there's a cutoff after 4. And there's a debate with McMillan and Egbuka, who we'll talk about Egbuka, obviously the top rookie receivers. Even though they've been close for majority of the year, it felt like no one's catching, even though McMillan might not be far off, no one's really catching Egbuka for that top receiver spot. And now I'd say not so fast. After the last few weeks, last week, McMillan you could debate either one of them, really. I'd say the slight difference, Egbuka's has been a little better after the catch, and Egbuka has stood out to me against zone coverage. That's huge in the NFL. A little more important to beat zone up than man. McMillan could do both, obviously, but Bryce Young's number 1 target, getting going a little bit more. I said pre-draft, I almost feel like he's a slot receiver at times in a big man's, an outside receiver's body. I like him over the middle of the field, and we've seen a little bit more of that as the season has gone on top of him being that catch radius guy on the outside. So I love the versatility there. That's kind of going, not talked about enough right now. But another guy that, a few more weeks and boom, he could be that top rookie receiver, number one on the list. It's certainly possible. So we have a serious battle between pass catchers, but top tier rookies here at the top. He's been very fun to watch. Number 3, the Colts rookie tight end, Tyler Warren, who I think all of us felt was a sure thing. Like, this guy's guaranteed to be good at the next level, and man, has he been good. Very consistent all year long, can catch the ball downfield in the end zone, contested catchability is there. Underneath, just dump it to him, let the beast go to work. He's a factor as a blocker, not just a pass catcher, but as a blocker as well. So he's been one of the best overall rookies this season for sure. Has really helped the Colts. Has added that extra piece to, imagine, Colts have been great. They wouldn't be good without him. Imagine taking him away. I feel like he's so important to that team more than just a pass catcher. So he's in that tight race for the best overall rookie this year. One of the very best pass catchers. Warren coming in at number 3. Another one for the Bucs, number 2, Emeka Egbuka, their star rookie receiver from Ohio State. Feels like Ohio State receivers obviously are a sure thing these days, but he has been in that number 1 spot. It's kind of 1A, 1B for me right now, and he very easily has a shot for at least offensive rookie of the year, but the rookie of the year as well. I mean, he's been such a major factor for them since week 1. I mean, think about the other weapons that Tampa Bay has, right? And for him to make an impact right away, and then some other big-time star receivers go down, and it's just so much pressure on him, and he produces. He makes a huge impact. Downfield, underneath, they'll give him screen passes. I mean, Baker's been slinging it to him downfield, so you could trust him to track the ball properly, getting in the end zone. Early, right away, you were kind of wanting a little more of that, and he really got going in that category. So, really good route runner, been beating up zone, which is so important for NFL receivers, the major difference from college to the NFL. Really solid after the catch as well, especially compared to the other rookie receivers. So, Emeka Egbuka, debatably the best rookie. I'd say I've been doing these rookie rankings on Twitter every week, the first video of the year. But if you take who is number 1 majority of the weeks, it's Emeka Egbuka. So if you put it that way, you could say he's the rookie of the year right now. I have him at number 2, a slight edge to a defensive guy at this specific time as I'm talking. And these guys are so close, things could change. But Emeka Egbuka has been unreal this season. The number 1 rookie in the NFL at this point right now, Browns linebacker Carson Schwessinger. Some defensive love here at the top. Who would have thought a linebacker would top the list? And Schwessinger has been, so damn impressive since week 1. His most recent game may have been his best game yet, and he was banged up a couple weeks ago. You thought, this guy with that injury is going to miss a few weeks. Is he going to go on IR? He's just instantly back playing and playing better than ever. It's been absolutely ridiculous. So again, these guys have been tight. Egbuka's been at the top most of the year. Warren's been up there as well. And it's been a slight difference. That last week from Schwessinger kind of put him to the top. So next week it could be Egbuka back, or it could be McMillan at the top. We'll see. But Schwessinger's been the most impressive. If I say who's been the most impressive rookie right now, all the last weeks combined, I'd put Schwessinger at the top. And why did he go in his second round? Why were there some knocks on him? Well, he only played 1 year as a starter at UCLA, so people were going, how did it take that long for him to get on the field? I mean, UCLA is known for their linebacker play. Was he a 1 year wonder? People worried about play strength as well. Kind of getting the ground before finishing the tackle, even though he was a sure thing tackler. Just how much of an impact is he going to make? But man, the impact he is making for Cleveland, all those flaws, not really flaws, they don't seem to be a problem at all. Play strength is most certainly there at the NFL level, and I feel like he's only going to get better in that category. But man, look at the Browns. The Browns have been a team the last few years that, yeah, they're going to have a good defense, right? Because they have Myles Garrett, they have Denzel Ward, they got all these big-time players, and they've been good, but I honestly have been thinking they're underwhelming. The offense hasn't helped them out that much. But look at this year. This is one of the best defenses in the country. It's really the same defense. There's more additions than Schwessinger, obviously, but that is the big one in there. What they were missing, because their linebackers have played well, but they were kind of messing around with linebackers that didn't really work out elsewhere, or were okay elsewhere and ended their career, things like that. They get an actual stud linebacker that can do everything you ask from a linebacker, and people aren't talking about enough. I feel like single-handedly elevated that defense, and you have a rookie Mason Graham who's playing a little better than the stats show, but single-handedly, in a way, elevated that defense that much more. He helps stop the run at a super high level. He gets in the backfield. He's a blitzing option as well. I see them align him as a rusher in different spots. He can make plays down in coverage. The guy is everywhere, a high motor. It's almost crazy that his play strength was questioned the way he's playing right now. So much upside. Again, only 1 year as a starter at UCLA. It was an incredible year, and he's having an incredible rookie year. But it actually says he has tremendous upside on top of it. So today, as I'm talking, I feel like he's the most impressive rookie. I'm a defensive guy. I want to give the defensive guys some love while we can as well. I think majority of the year, Egbuka's been in that top spot, so that's a good argument for him as number one. So it's kind of 1A, 1B, but Warren and McMillan right there with them. But so impressed with Schlesinger, his toughness, his ability to make an impact in every phase of the game on that defense. And still, the offense is making it tough on that defense, and they're still going out there and balling out. Here are the next rookies up, the guys that just missed the cut. Jalen Walker, the Falcons' edge rusher / linebacker. Tough to leave him off the list. He's really getting going recently. He's racking up production, getting after the quarterback. Can also play that off the linebacker spot. Wasn't making a huge impact and wasn't being used a ton earlier in the year. Even though they're different linebackers, Diablo, who's playing very, very well, went down, and we saw a little bit more of Walker, even though he could be used off the edge. Now, we'll see. Diablo coming back. How do they figure out to use him? I think they'll be fine. Gray Zabel has been fantastic for Seattle. Their offensive line went from one of the worst to pretty damn solid this year, and Zabel was a big-time addition, really helping in terms of run blocking and pass protection. He did come out of the Rams last week, the Rams game, with an injury, so that affected him a little bit. Deon Walker of the Buffalo Bills have been beat up in the interior defense line. He stepped in and really helped out. The stats won't show it, but he's been a super big impact for them, helping stopping the run and creating that interior pressure, getting tackles in the backfield, obviously absolutely huge. Nick Scorton's been pretty productive for the Panthers, getting after the quarterback. They need someone else to step up off the edge. He's stopping the run pretty well, not being talked about enough there. So another Panthers rookie. And Ashton Jeanty, overall, it's been an underwhelming rookie season. Not all his fault. The play calling's not great, but mainly the offensive line is not great, and the run game is getting met in the backfield a bit. Still, how great Jeanty is you still wanting a little bit more. It makes you question, do you take a running back? I still think he's worthy of the pick, right? I'm not saying otherwise, but do you take a running back that isn't an explosive, he's explosive, but a freaky explosive athlete that high? But he is making an impact on the ground and through the air. He's been playing very well when given the opportunities. Oronde Gadsden, a surprise breakout as a rookie for him, the Chargers tight end. Former receiver turned tight end. When you watch him on tape, at Syracuse, he's a big-time impact, but he kind of felt like those college move tight ends that are more receivers they don't really work out too often in the NFL. So it's very impressive that he's working out. He was higher on this list before a few weeks ago. He had a game where he was a little off and he got injured and it was a little off last week. So he's still learning a bit, but a big time weapon for Herbert and the Chargers. Will Campbell, I thought, was a little higher on this list for me. Several weeks ago, still playing very well, allowing a little more pressure lately, and playing better pass rushers. But man, the Patriots offensive line still needs work. They're still allowing a bit of pressure on Drake May, but the difference when adding Will Campbell, a very important left tackle spot, to the mix is pretty significant. So that says a lot about how much of an impact Will Campbell is. And then Will Johnson's a tricky one, because when Will Johnson, the Cardinals corner, has played, he looks top 10 worthy all day. He looks like one of the most skilled rookies in football. But why is he down here at 18? Well, he's played in only 6 games, and only 4 of those is ones where he got significant snaps. So that's pretty significant to me, right? We're talking about through 11 and a half weeks. I want the guys that have impacted their team the most throughout the whole year. So that is a deciding factor there for Will Johnson. But if he could stay healthy, get healthy, stay healthy, play a lot more than he's been playing, this is one of the more skilled defensive rookies in the game. He needs to be available. Availability is kind of everything right now, and right now he's currently out and injured, so that's the tough part. Speaking of the Cardinals, Walter Nolan was out for a bit, and it's the reason why we can't rank him. He has gotten going in recent weeks, and man, he looks really good. I don't know how bold this is. I mean, I'm kind of trusting my judgment on the prospect evaluation. I was higher on Walter Nolan than anyone, it felt like, and trusting my judgment what I'm seeing in the select few of games. I think, I don't know how bold this is, but I think he could, I'm not saying will, he could end up being the best rookie from this, or the best player from this draft class. Not this year, long term, if he stays healthy. I think he is that good, that much of a disruptor. So one to watch, Walter Nolan there. Abdul Carter has been, I guess, more productive than your basic stats show. He's getting pressure. He's getting after the quarterback. He's blowing up plays. He played a little off-ball linebacker a little more so earlier in the year. So he's making impact in different ways, getting pressure on the quarterback, obviously. At the end of the day, you do want him to finish more. There is a point where, we don't want sacks to decide everything, but there is a point where it matters. Finishing plays, not allowing the quarterback to get the ball out, changes the game, right? So it does matter a little bit. You want him to finish a little bit better. He's winning reps. Sometimes it's unfortunate the quarterbacks just get somebody's wide open. The quarterback's getting the ball out pretty quick. Teams are running a lot on the Giants because they're bad stopping the run. But for as great as Carter is supposed to be, a little bit more here, a little bit more. TreVeyon Henderson just got going recently. You were kind of questioning the Patriots not using him enough, and now we see why. He did get some moments, and maybe the vision was a little lacking, but some of these running backs, these explosive running backs, you got to get going. You got to give them a shot, get them oiled up, get them ready, and then boom. And then we're seeing that from Henderson recently as a runner and as a pass catcher, and he's already up there in terms of stats for rushing rookie rushing leaders, and that's with kind of limited opportunities here. So more opportunities and he'll get going. Stevenson about to come back. So what does that mean for Henderson? We'll wait and see. And a couple of Falcons rookies that kind of get an honorable mention. James Pierce is starting to get a little more production. Freaky athlete off the edge, can get after the quarterback anytime. If I had to nitpick, knock him a little bit, he is kind of relying on obvious pass situations, unblocked at times, and just pure speed rush. Can he add a little bit more of an impact to his game, winning in different ways, winning versus the run? So that's why he misses the top 20. But he's making some flashy plays recently. And Xavier Watts was on this list earlier in the year. I thought in general the Falcons DBs aren't playing as well recently, but we know he's a big-time playmaker in the back end, Xavier Watts. So a couple Falcons rookies, Jalen Walker at the top of the screen right here, looks pretty good for the Falcons. Billy Bowman started the year off unreal too, and they started playing him a little less. I mean, who else? Josh Simmons had a little off the field thing. I think he could end up being the best tackle from this class, the Chiefs rookie offense tackle, if he's just in there playing more and more. So that's one to watch. Amari Hampton was the best rookie running back until he got injured. Once he gets back on track, getting into crunch time, playoff time, he could end up looking like the best rookie running back. Jihad Campbell, the Eagles started the year off like one of the best rookies and then wasn't playing as well, and now the Eagles have really, really reduced his playing time recently, and the defense is actually getting better. The other linebackers are playing very, very well. So Campbell, what I like about him, versatile. You can rush him off the edge. You can use him off ball. So he is still somewhat of an impact at both spots, but started to not play as well as earlier, and the Eagles see that as well. They started playing him less, so that's why he kind of misses the cut there. Couple other linemen, Calvin Banks playing all right. Ariante Ursary has allowed some pressure, but he's been playing better and better. I'm trying to, top of my head, trying to name everyone possible here. A lot of injuries, of course, but these are the guys that have stood out the most based on their play, their impact week to week, their availability so far this season. We'll rank them again at the end of the year, so we'll see how things change. Of course, we're getting the most important part of the season, so things will change, right? We'll see who surprises, who makes that big impact, who starts to fall off, and then every year at the end of the year, we regrade the first round of the 2025 draft this year. So excited for that content, our weekly content. Join us. Like, subscribe, turn notifications on. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.